Lindsay Brathwaite, welcome to the Valder Beebe Show live in Dallas, Texas. How are you today?
I am doing wonderful. How about yourself?
Oh, I think you and I are not stressed because this is Awareness Month. We're aware of this. We're going to help my audience today in case anybody's holding any stress or living any stress. So, people are managing a lot of stress and anxiety. I could give you a whole list if you want to. But tell me what's going on with April Stress Awareness Month. What do you want people to know?
First thing I want everybody to know that it's normal, right? We all experience stress. Because of the culture we live in, it's always go, 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 go. So oftentimes we're overwhelmed by stress, and our bodies and our minds indicate when we are heavily stressed. I don't know about you, but my mind and my body do not relate well to stress. So April is often this time that we can pause and check in with ourselves because the energy just of spring is refreshing. So it's often a good time to reevaluate.
Okay, so tell me why do we carry stress with us? Stress is not something you want to put on. What are there any statistics of why people allow stress to do this to them?
Well, I would say a lot of times we don't even notice that we're under stress because it's so part of our everyday, like background noise. When you hear something in the background, after a while, you can kind of tune it out. That's how oftentimes we tune out stress in our body, our mind, because it affects our sleep. It starts to affect our health. And then it can also impact our relationships and when we need to make decisions. So, some of the first steps I like to give my clients is you should name it. So, if I'm experiencing stress, it's important to name it rather than push it away. Acknowledge it, right? Look for the signs. So, am I seeing my relationships, trouble sleeping? Am I having low energy? The things I used to enjoy, I'm not enjoying anymore. These are all signs of stress. And I have to give myself permission to address it. Like, whether that's therapy or even opening up to a friend, are important steps to make so you're not carrying it by yourself.
I want my audience to know that April is Stress Awareness Month. And Lindsay Brathwaite, she's a marriage and family therapist, and she's here giving some information on how you can avoid, alleviate, not have, or get rid of stress, whatever one you need. Lindsay, you said stress. Let's go back a little bit if we could. Becoming normalized. That's been accepted, I think, in the culture we currently live in. If you're not rushing to get from here to there, if you're not striving real hard in your job, if you're not doing those things, you're considered a slacker. So
Absolutely.
how can you throw off those titles you don't want if you don't want to be stressed?
Great question. So again, you should have to name it. If we do not name what our stressors are, then it's as if they don't exist because we just become so normalized that we don't even address our stress, right? We need to look for these signs. So is my sleep off? Look at my health. Maybe am I getting a lot more migraines? Is my energy low? Or I don't even want to do things I once enjoyed. These are all signs that I am under stress, right? Give yourself permission to address it. Oftentimes, we don't like to tell anybody that we're stressed out because we feel it may be a burden to somebody else. But just saying it out loud to someone you trust is so important. So I say, like a therapist and also a friend.
Okay. I got just a couple more questions. I'm going to take this one from Facebook. The poster says that she's got a good life, but she says she wakes up every night and loses a few hours of sleep. It's hard to go back to sleep. And she doesn't feel stressed, but how can she know if that's stress?
Interesting enough. So, one thing I would say is, especially if you don't even realize that my mind is going, a lot of times our mind is unconsciously going, right? So, it might be things that happen throughout the day that we're not even realizing are stressful just because we continue to normalize it, right? And pack things on. So, I would say A good thing is before you go to bed, I like to find some type of self-care regimen to do for myself to de-stress and just pour back into myself. Oftentimes, we have so many titles, like you were saying earlier, that just one thing after the other. So it's just important to pour back into yourself. So whether that's a nice shower, I like to do some self-care with my face, like a good skincare regimen. These are ways to alleviate stress so that it promotes healthier sleep. Maybe drink some tea before you go to sleep. I like that too. Um, those are some good ways.
All right, there you go, poster. Thanks for the question. Okay, before I let you go, Lindsay, you gave me a lot of great information, but give me two actionable steps that people can use. One step to identify stress, and the other to deal with stress. Can you do that for me?
Awesome. So my first one is be consistent. Whatever you decide to do, and it doesn't have to be something really big. It could be something small. Our smaller steps make a great deal of difference. So this first step, I'm going to say take 5 minutes a day. I would say even before you sleep to write down what is weighing you down throughout the day. Whether that's financial stress, work stress, just putting it on paper makes it visible and out of your mind, right? Another tip I would say, be intentional. Take 10 minutes just to be intentional, whether that's monitoring your breathing, walking, um, resting, saying no. Kids love to say no when they're younger. Like usually, do you want to do this? And they say no. We often have to learn how to say no too as an adult, saying no to certain things. So I would say one day this week, just say no and talk to somebody like myself, um, as a therapist. We enjoy giving clients tools, and just like I just gave you some tools just to personalize how to de-stress in a very stressful time.
All right. Online, do you have any place for people to go and continue this kind of information gathering?
Absolutely. So you can go to betterhelp.com. You can be connected to therapists such as myself. We also are accepting insurance in Texas, so it's more accessible if you have insurance that you can join. And I look forward to hopefully meeting some of you.
Lindsay Brathwaite, you've been a treasure for stopping by the Valder Beebe Show. We really, really are grateful to your words and to your advice. Have a great morning.
You do the same. Take care.
Hi, I'm Valder Beebe, host of The Valder Beebe Show. We have over 1,000 videos on ValderBeebeShow.com and YouTube.com/Valder Beebe Show. We upload new videos daily. Our site is a modern baby boomer platform with news and information important to boomers. Subscribe to youtube.com/Valder Beebe Show and stay connected as I interview the world's most fascinating people.